name's Lance and welcome to Bundy Bears Shed. Well, look at the weather report. We're still on 10 to 25 in there somewhere, so nothing much changed. We went camping on the weekend. Yeah, we shot off. I got a bit of a head cold through the week and I thought, oh, this mightn't be any good, but yeah, look, we mates were all going camping, an old bastards camp we call it, and yeah, we went off and had a camp down at Kilkeevan Bush Camp for the weekend, and the fellas from Brisbane come up, so it's about 2.5 hours drive for me, and yeah, 2.5 for them, and another lady come up that has another camping site and camped with us just to watch the shenanigans, I think. And look, it was a great camp, and we only got home yesterday afternoon and tidied up the caravan and got everything all organised once more. So now it's Monday morning and I'm in Bundy Bears Shed. And so yeah, I've got a lot to do. Yeah, I have a look around and I think, oh shit, I need a week off now just to catch up. But anyway, all good. We had a good relaxing time away, and oh, you know, 10 or 20 quiet beers and nice big roast cook up and things like that. I didn't take any photos of the food or anything. It was just a different camp this time. We didn't seem to get time to wander around with cameras or anything. We were just buggering around, really. I don't know what we were doing, but we just seemed busy. But I might see if I can find a couple of photos for the end that one of our friends has put up on our Facebook page. So we might poke them back out through. The old fella come home from hospital the other day, and his knee's good. He went in for a knee replacement, then the waterworks played up after that, so had an enlarged prostate for years, but nothing serious about it. But anyway, when he goes into hospital, it seems to play up with the waterworks, so he got a bit of a rebore done to help all that out, and he was getting a bit sick of hospital after 3 weeks. He was, we'd been going up to see him, and yeah, he didn't know why he had to stay there for some of this stuff. And in Bundaberg, being in a rural setting, I suppose, you know, we're 4.5 hours north of Brisbane, which is the main hub for our state, Queensland, and the urologist only comes up once a week, so she'll come and have a look and say, oh, that's not working real good, or, you know, we'll have to leave the catheter there or something like that, and so I'll talk to you next week, and she'll go, so you've got no chance of getting home for the next week, so you got to sit there and freak about. But he was getting a bit jack of it in the end, but all good. He's back home now, back home with mum, so he's probably got a harder boss now than he had in hospital, so the nurses were nice to him. He won't get cut any slack at home if he plays up, so but anyway, good to have him home again. He'll be back into the swing of things and feeling a lot better about being home again, so that's a good thing. But I suppose when you're 81, the wheels fall off now and then, and you got to bloody bolt them back on, get it back going again. But anyway, that's news for the old boy. The postie found me once more, and a few things we had to tidy up from last week. And one was, if you remember, Aussie didn't send me the live hub for this chuck I bought. It's still a bit warm where I heated it up to fit the chuck. And so what happens with that now is that can go into the tailstock and it's fully rotating. And so if I choose, got a bit of a run out in there, but I don't know how true it is, I haven't checked yet. But yeah, if I'm tapping or something like that, I can hang on to that if it's just a light job and then just let it go, or drilling, the same thing. But it seems okay. Well, I thought that'd be a good idea for, and even doing a little small fine stuff, you can hold it here, as long as it's true, that is, and hold it here and support the shaft instead of just having a centre up the end of it. And what Aussie also had was a little, I'll wind this back a bit, was another tiny little chuck. And this little chuck here, it's fixed into the chuck, but it's got a little knurled knob there and spring loaded, so when you're drilling some fine stuff, you know, with a 1/2 mil drill or something like that, you can just take it up there with your fingers and just take it in and yeah, let it go from there, I suppose. So and in the live chuck here, you know, with the whole lot turning, yeah, you can thread with finer things. It goes smaller than this chuck here, so it goes down to point. No, I wouldn't be sure, but it goes down small. The maximum size is 4 mil. So I thought I'd give that a run. It was only $20 or something like that. So put that back over there. The hair and forb stuff, it all rolled in, which that was a good thing. From hair and forbs, I got for my quick change tool post holder, I got a knurling tool. I thought I'd give that a go. I have other knurling tools and I can knurl alright with them, but I just thought, well, that might just be a bit more solid on the tool post. And you can actually, you know, this end's a knurling end, you poke him in and do a bit of knurling, but then you can actually put him on the front slide and you've got place so you can use it as a tool holder too if you choose to. So you could have a different sort of knurl there if you chose to. But, and we got 4 more quick change tool holders, and as I was saying last week, they had a deal going, and it was a discount, and for the price, for cheaper than buying 4 new tool holders, you could buy the whole quick change tool post with the tool holders for cheaper than I can normally buy 4 tool holders. So I went that way. I didn't really need that, but that sort of the tool holder actually sort of ended up getting thrown in for nothing, or the tool post got thrown in for nothing. So I may do a bit of a fiddle yet and see if I can fit it on the big old Maxon over the back there. You know, make a little angle, make a little plate to sit in the tool holder. It has the old type tool holder with the 3 or 4 screws come down with the square heads on top. And I thought I could probably make a plate, and on this bottom plate here, I could weld it to this bottom plate there, and yeah, I could use it on the big lathe for just some of the smaller tools and things, because I know when you do want to use a small tool on the big lathe, you got half a ton of packing in there, and I do have special big tools for the lathe. I think it's 32 inch and a quarter tools it takes, and yeah, I just thought it mightn't be a bad thing just to make that tool holder work on the big lathe, because I don't need it on the small one. That's working fine at the moment, and it doesn't seem to have any excessive wear or anything like that in it. So look, well, that might be a project down the track. I'll just see which way we go with it. And to tell you the truth, it's not often you use little tools in the big lathe, because its maximum RPM is 305, and I think it goes down to 8 RPM, I think. But if you take the gap out, you can swing 28 inches in it. So you want nice rigid tools anyway in there. And the tools for the little lathe are probably a bit light. But in saying that, I have taken some of the boring bars out and done things like that with them. And I've got an 1 1/4 inch boring bar that I've actually milled down to go into one of these quick change tool post holders. And I was doing a big hunk of pipe, a big section on my small lathe here, and I wanted the rigidity of a big boring bar, so I machined one down to suit. So that might be a handy thing for that lathe. So anyway, we'll see what happens there. Remember I told you that I didn't read the thing right at Aussie, and I ordered the wrong arbor slitting saw and indexable cutter arbor. So I've fixed that now. I've got myself the right size to suit what I have. So that'll go over in the tool drawer for a while. I bought a little air cutter last week, and I just bought, I think it's 50 stones, 1 mil cutting discs for that. And I also ordered just a couple of sets of jobber drills, you know, little 1/8 jobber drills. I use them a lot. Now for the little die grinder, little die grinder that we put in the tool post holder last week. That went in there with a spacer. I bought some 1/8 stem carbide rotary burrs to go with it, because I thought, well, in my tractor work and things like that, it would be handy to just get down with a carbide burr sometimes, not a stone so much, but a burr. So I bought some of those, and I also had a long air grinder on order before I bought this little fella, and for doing the job on the chuck, and I thought with a long stem there that'd be okay. And it takes the 1/4 or the 1/8 tools. It's got the little adapter to go each way, and it actually fits in the same tool holder as the little one does. But this would have an awful lot more torque. It would use more air, but it would have a lot more torque. And look, that might be handy sometimes. And plus, over doing my tractor repairs in the next bay here, having a long die grinder sometimes it's just a good thing to get down in deep. So that's not bad. We'll go with that. We have a new Sparex sign that I have to deal with. It's actually the top off a lip display, and we're actually going to cut it down here. And so when I do the Sparex clips with the tractor parts, we'll have this in the background just to help me out, since they're kind enough to support the channel. It wasn't something that they told me I had to do, but I told them I'd like to do it, and so we'll try and get that in the background as often as we can, for being kind enough to support the channel. I've got boxes of parts over there now. I've got enough to do the rear axles and the brakes and all that. So this weekend with going away, we won't get an awful lot done on the tractor, but next weekend I'm going to put a lot of time towards the tractor if I can, and get a few videos ahead of myself with it. The TE20 videos, or the tractor restoration videos, are very popular. When I do a stew, I pop a stew out and I get 500, 600, 700 views for the week. I do a TE20 or a tractor one and I can get 1,000, and then next week you have a look and the stews are still at 600, 700, but the other ones they slowly climb now. It might be 1,700, something like that. So they're popular. With the Hare and Forbes, I also got a 3-ton arbor press over there I have to put together yet. Look, it's a heavy bloody thing. Bloody, you can nearly cut stainless steel washers off my ring getting her out the bloody car. Yeah, she was heavy. So and I pulled it apart in the box and made it as light as I could. But I've got a bit of a stand. I had a grinder on one time, so I'm going to put a different base on the top of that, and so I can have it on a base and not take up bench room with it, so I can park it wherever I like to. So I've got to put that together yet, so you may not see that this week. But yeah, it's a 3-ton one, and it bloody me weighs 3 ton getting it out, but it was heavy. And yeah, I got at work there, I pulled up at the front door and I thought I'll just chuck this thing in and take it home. I went to lift it and I thought, holy shit. And I got my missus on the other side giving me a pound or two, and yeah, she was struggling as well. So but anyway, it's all good. We got it home and got it unloaded in pieces, so that's all right. And part of with the Hare and Forbes thing, Hare and Forbes offered a couple of $100 credit in their store, and I thought I'd use it fairly quickly rather than let it drag on, sort of thing. So what I chose to do with it was I bought a magnetic based tapping chuck, and I had been looking at these for a while, and sometimes on a when you do a Bruce Gitter out on a broken bolt on a tractor, sometimes it's a bit hard getting over. You can't get right over on top of where you're tapping a hole or cleaning a thread or fitting a helicoil or something. and so you're trying to guesstimate the angle and all that. So, well, I thought this would be handy. It's a magnetic base. It's a tapping chuck. You put your tap up in there and you just bring him down the way you go, and you know you'll be sitting at right angle. And I had been looking at them for a while, and I decided to use the Hare and Forbes credit to get that. But I mean, then sometimes with a broken head stud and things like that, it's you can get down into a broken manifold bolt or something. You have a nice flat surface to put that on, and then you could, once you ascended, you could do the job properly. So look, I thought I'd give that a go. It was actually, I had a credit of $210 there, and that was 219 or 9 or something, and then there was freight to get it up here and all that. So I talked to Peter down at Hare and Forbes in Brisbane, and I emailed him and I said, you know, I'd like to use the credit to order this part here, and here's my credit card details for the extra, you know, for the extra freight, and because I went over the budget. And he come back and says, don't worry about it, Lance, she's good, thanks very much, I'll sort it, you won't need your credit card. So that was nice. So that worked out quite well. And the postie today, oh not today, but the postie this week bought me a Bruce Witham get her out bottle opener and gear indicator gauge. So I bought that off Bruce just to support his channel. He's got a good channel over there. He gets himself some of the jobs old Bruce does with his get her outs. Yeah, he's bloody curl your whiskers. But he's geared up for it. He's got the gear and he's got the experience. So I think he enjoys the challenge, and likes to post them at the end. But yeah, you saw these at the bash. The YouTube creators got them as a gift over there, and I thought that was a good idea. So I bought one off Bruce to have here. Yeah, two reasons. One, I thought it was a good idea having that pitch gauge, and the other one was just to support Bruce's channel. So that's a nice thing. I haven't opened a bottle with it yet, but I hear I've got to tune it a little bit. I saw Emma filing one over at the bash. So, but up in Queensland we're pretty modern and we have twist top bottles, so we may not need it. We'll see. But yeah, look, that's about all that's been happening in Bundy Bears Shed. Pardon me, I've got the beach truck back, the 1998 MK Triton, with a V6 in it, and it's got buggered valve stem seals on it. It goes through a little bit of oil, and when you start it up, it'll smoke up, then it'll clear out, or if you leave it idling for ages, you get a bit of smoke, then it just cleans up and off it goes again. So I had a look on Evil Bay, and they have a kit of 24 valve stem seals for $120. So that'll be a job coming up on the Triton. I bought a snorkel to put on the Triton just to bring the cold air inlet. Well, with a snorkel, I don't know, everyone chucks them on vehicles for this one reason or another, but I don't know. We went four-wheel driving one time, and just after the rain there was water everywhere, and most of the track, our normal track, there was 4 or 5 inches of water on it all the way in, and we knew there was these little holes in there, but last time I went in, the holes were about 18 inches deep, so I knew I'd have water you know, to the sills of the car sort of thing. So I went through my Colorado, and Judy and Adele, our daughter, was folding in the beach truck, we call it, you know, the V6 Triton, and you know, I've got a snorkel and all on my Colorado, and I went down over the bank and through, and look, you were down in there for 20 feet, then you're out again. And but yeah, I had water up over the bonnet, and it washed about just the wash washed about 3 or 4 inches up my windscreen, and I was up and out the other side, and I thought, holy shit, I wasn't expecting that. And the water pressure from the water pushing up under the bull bar put my number plate out 90 degrees, so I screwed it down so it can't happen again. But anyway, daughter Adele, she did only about a second time 4-wheel driving, and she thought, oh shit, Dad done it, and I did too, so down she went straight through, And I looked and I went, holy shit. I thought they were going to pull up, but anyway, Dad did it, so she just followed me through. So with water up to the bonnet, up to the bonnet at the front there, and anyway, I thought, geez, I was lucky because it didn't have a snorkel on it, that old girl. So, and the air intake is just behind the right-hand front light, and so look, if we had to stop in there, we would have had trouble. But she was in and out quickly, and there was no trouble. So I thought, well, I don't think I'm ever going to do that again. Like if next time I wouldn't go through the water. I just got a surprise that it was so deep, and that's what happens when you get a bit cocksure of yourself, isn't it? Really. And you think you know the track, and oh, that's only 18 inches deep, but everyone's been in and chopped it up and all that, so she's fucking deep. But anyway, she did that, so I've bought a snorkel for it now. So for two reasons. One is to get the air inlet out from under the bonnet where the hot air is, and where it's low. And you know, if you had to go across a river that was up to your bonnet, well, you'd suck air in and you'd blow an engine. And so yeah, we're going to put the snorkel on. Gets the air inlet up nice and high. It's not drawing air from behind a headlight or anything like that. It's got a little ram head on the top, so it gets forced induction a little bit down the tube. So nice clean air. So I've got that. That turned up through the week, so I have that to do. I've got to finish servicing it yet, as I've dropped all the oil out. I'm just doing a service, yeah. The young fella had it for a while, and I'm not sure when it had the last service, so it's getting a service. So that's what we'll be up to. We'll put some oil in the Triton and get that old banger going again, and we're putting a new battery in it and a few things. It's got a dual battery system in it, so but it hasn't got the spare battery in the back, so we're putting another battery there, and the fridge slide out of one of my other cars that I sold, I'm going to put the fridge slide in so we can drop a fridge in, and away we go. So we're just setting it up for a bit of fishing and camping and that. So I've got a bit of that to do, and with the new parts from Sparex turned up now, there's quite a lot of them. I've got enough to move on with that, so that'll be good. So look, that might be all this week. I haven't got an awful lot to talk about, which doesn't seem to worry. I seem to talk a lot. But everyone, the video I did on truing up my 5C collet chuck was a popular one. People were interested in how we did it. I think I've got it to within half a thou, and that's with this little stone here. Now, I'm going to look around for a large stone, a stone of about 3/4 of an inch or an inch, because with this little stone with a small cutting edge here, it's only got a small edge touching at any one time, and possibly with this with a bit more horsepower, I reckon I could run a bigger stone in and have a smoother finish, I reckon. So I'll just see. Like, it's at half a thou now. Half a thou's it's as accurate as I am. Over half a thou, and but I'm thinking of putting a bigger stone in, and buying the finest stone I can find, and say up to 1 inch in diameter, and just run that in, and I reckon I could just dress it up a little bit more yet. But in saying that, the half a thou there, the collet that's in it is it's a Hare and Forbes collet. It's a Chinese one, obviously, and I haven't done a check on the collet yet. You know, I haven't put another collet in yet to just see how that goes. So we may be on zero, because I was thinking when you got two pieces turning against another on a fixed thing, well, it's got to go to zero. So the half thou I'm out may be that collet. So I'm going to try something, a few different collets and a few different sizes, just to check that, because I've only checked it with that 1/2 inch one. So being half a thou out there could well be the collet, being a no-name sort of collet. So anyway, see how we go with all that. But look, that'll do this week. That's all I have for the stew. Yeah, look, like and subscribe and do all that stuff, and watch a few ads for me. That pays the bills. And we still have a little bit more stuff coming yet. A couple more tools rolling in yet that we've ordered. from last year that we're still waiting on. I got the big bags of sand for the bead blaster and some new nozzles for the bead blaster as well, with the hair and forbs bit. So yeah, we just sort of geared up and things like that, and I still have to tidy up the lane. It's a bloody mess. But anyway, go camping and all that. So anyway, look, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all later, right?